Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Q&A with Matt K. I am Chris Stegall with Creme de la CRM, joined once again by Matt Kaufman. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Chris.
And for those of you that are not familiar with the show or tuning in for the first time, this is the series where we put Matt in the hot seat with questions that come from around the Trailblazer community, either on the Trailblazer community feed, sometimes Reddit, sometimes submitted directly to us at quick2.click/Q&A. And Matt is challenged to address, troubleshoot, and answer these questions without the use of Google, using only his years and years of Salesforce experience. And we don't edit, we don't make cuts so we can hide things.
No AI.
What's that?
No AI functionality to make this video generated automatically.
Yeah, you'll never see Matt's mouth moving and the words not line up because we've dubbed over the correct answer.
I only have 2 arms with 5 fingers each on my hands.
Yeah. And so it is a really good way to see what work looks like in the day in, day out process as an admin or a developer, working as a Salesforce partner, or working in Salesforce and addressing your own issues. So we really appreciate Matt taking the time to do this. If you similarly appreciate that, please do like and subscribe to this channel. It makes me feel happy. I get a notification that is like a little pat on the back. It also helps these videos reach a wider audience, the broader Salesforce ecosystem, who can then provide more questions, and it sort of snowballs as this becomes more and more valuable to everybody in the community. So do like and subscribe. And now we can jump into the questions that Matt hasn't seen, and I have picked a few in case any that I have selected are just incomplete information or not possible. Yeah. First one that I have today actually comes from August 6th, and the fact that it has no responses at all is one of those that makes me go, "Ooh, I wonder if this is impossible."
Great.
Let's add this to the stage, and I can zoom in.
I'd love to hear.
Let me do a little bit of this, a little bit wider, and then I will zoom in.
Okay. Miriam has asked, is it possible to, hi, I have a simple use case to kick off an email to a Salesforce user when a field on the contact object is updated and link back to that contact. So far, it sounds really easy, and I'm
right.
I've done the following 3 steps. Created email template via builder. Okay. Created email alert link to template and created flow using email alert option. Great. I'm done. I've gotten it to fire off when the email template contains only text. But of course, I want the email to link back to the contact. I've added contact as related on the template. But when I go to merge in that field, contact and its fields aren't an option. Off the top of my head, I think this is a conflict between having a user as the related to and the contact as a who ID or something like that. When I go to merge in that field, contact and its field, but I think that might be something.
There is an image attached that I have.
Oh, great. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that would help. Insert merge field. Okay. Well, I mean, I think to start, I'll just create the email template. And we'll see this. Wait, can you go back to that image?
Yeah.
Recipient sender organization. That is weird. Okay, let's just try creating an email template. Let's do that. Can you send me a link to that post?
Yes.
I will, via Slack, because we use Slack here. And I will pull it open, make sure that I'm on the same page literally as you. Thank you. Let me copy that link. Actually, let me just click on it, and then I'll pull it up, and then we can start sharing my screen as well. Let me know. Were you looking at my screen now?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. What is going on here? What? How come it previewed for you and not for me?
I had to download it. Oh. That's what I was going to send you the link, but I was like, oh, it's the users, my user downloads.
Yeah. Did it even download? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unedited videos, everybody. Let me see if I downloaded it or not, and make sure I don't display any other image. I don't think it downloaded for me. try this one here. Oh, actually, yeah, download. Okay, download. Sure. There's a lot of warnings on the download. And then is it downloading? I think it did. I just don't know where it went on my computer.
Yours doesn't have the mine. My Chrome still does the little like download icon gets added to the top right.
It's a PDF, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I think that's why I was confused. It's a PDF. And I think I can maybe just like drag it onto my browser and it'll display it. There we go. Okay. So it says, hi, please assess the below contact for enrollment into your program. Okay. Okay. I think we can do this. I know how to create an email template, right? That's easy. We've done that before. It does say contact there as the related entity type. The other thing we could try is to create a classic template and see if that works too. Okay. I think we can do this.
All right.
Before we begin, though, I'd like to tell you about our sponsor today. Our sponsor today is Photo Uploader. Photo Uploader has been on the App Exchange since 2009. It is a free app that you can install to upload photos to your Salesforce records. You can upload them to standard records, custom records, anything you want, leads, accounts, contacts, and more. I actually have it set up right here in my org, and you can see there's my pretty face right there. Photo Uploader is great to add a human touch to your records, to make sure that your sales reps smile and think about your customers when they're working with them. You can install Photo Uploader by going to quick2.click/photo with Matt K. Go ahead, like I said, you get a free edition for every install. Go ahead and install, and you'll be able to use it today right away. It's 100% native, installs quickly, and has very little setup. Visit Photo Uploader today. All righty. Now that we have that out of the way, let's try creating an email template similar to the one that Miriam created. So we're going to say this is the program team internal referral. Program team internal referral. And related entity type. I'll choose contact as well. Let's put it in the public folder and see what she had next. Subject, no subject. Well, I'm going to put a subject in there. I'm going to put reach out to this contact. And let's not use a letterhead just yet. Okay. And then she had some text there. Hi, comma, please assess the below contact. Hi, comma, please assess the below contact. Okay, and now this is the question. Can I get a merge field? We have recipient, we have sender, and we have organization. I'm going to hit save and just see if that makes a difference. Sometimes it does. Let's come back here. No, it's not showing up. Okay. I'm going to start inserting. Okay, so you can see there the structure, right?
Where would it have showed up there if it did show up?
Great question. Let's try switching it to account. And I honestly think this is because a contact is a who, and an account or some other object is a what. And I'm not just saying that those words randomly. They actually are fields called who ID and what ID on activities. On an email template, it's called I think related to ID and lead or contact ID or something like that. I can't remember. We'll look it up. Okay, so you can see there. Watch. Okay, so now what if we do something like this? What if we say contact first name? Try that. Oh, wait a minute. Recipient is the contact. Hold on. I think this is just a poor user experience. Let me try this one more time. Save, edit. Yeah. Okay, so this is the issue. And like I hinted at earlier, when you are sending an email to a user, it's different than when you're sending an email to a contact. Salesforce originally was designed as a tool to send emails to contacts. And even that, it wasn't really designed to send emails to contacts, but the feature was you can send an email, you can send an email to a lead, you can send an email to a contact. It was a feature, you know, limited number of days, it's not a marketing tool, etc. So the recipient is the contact in this case, which is not really true. But that's what this tool assumes because that was the original kind of design for the feature. And so the question is, let me go ahead and insert first name here. It's gonna, I think, use recipient. Yeah. But that's not really the recipient in this case. It is a user. And so that's the issue. Okay, so I'm gonna save this one, and I actually want to jump to setup. And if we were to actually go to the Apex docs, Apex single message email, I can't remember exactly what a single email message, yeah. And look at this. This is behind the scenes. This is what we're interacting with essentially. And so single email message, we'll see what I was talking about, the who and the what before. Let me zoom in. So set target object ID. So the original intention was you could send an email, you could send it to a contact, you could send it to a lead, and eventually they added also the ability to send it to a user. And that's for the who ID, right? The who. Then there's also this, let's see if I can find it, set what ID, right? So this is the other object, not a contact, not a lead, not a user. And so that's the issue. We're not going to be able to specify a contact in the what ID because you just can't do it. It doesn't let you. And so essentially it is going to be very difficult to send an email to a user about a contact. Send an email to a user about an account, no problem. About a custom object, no problem. But send an email about a contact, you're going to get this situation where it says, no, wait, you made a mistake. Contacts are supposed to go in this field, not in this field. We can try. We definitely can try to do it. I just don't know if it's going to work. Okay, so what
the recipient merge fields were for the user who's going to receive the email. There's not like a recipient URL.
Well, recipient is gonna, it will be a lead, a contact, or a user, depend on what type of ID you passed into that method, which in the case of the flow is doing that for us.
Yeah.
But I just want to check if the behavior is different with a classic email template. I don't think it is. I think it's the same because, again, behind the scenes, this is what's really happening. It has the fields that have been there for a long time, and it's not able to behave differently. Oh, I need an active letterhead. Okay, let's create a letterhead. We're just gonna do an empty letterhead. And I'll save it. Normally I take away all the gray stuff, but I'm in a rush today. Okay. Let's get to the good part. It's taking a while. Okay, here we go. Contact field. Okay, so now here we can specify whatever we want because that context, and you can see the notation's even different. And we could say hi, and then recipient should be an option. A lot of objects here. Receiving user fields. Look at that, receiving user.
We don't see the drop down that you were seeing there.
Oh, but you don't want to see it. It's a very big drop down.
Okay.
So here we can say, hi, receiving user first name. I'd like to tell you about, and then we'll do this. Yeah, it's a very, very big drop down. And then we'll say, here's a link to the record, which is usually the kind of template that I do. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can get the contact record detail field, detail link. Here we go. Okay. So this looks like it's going to work. I just don't know because, again, a contact ID. Oh, look at that. You must enter a value. Oh, from a let's just say contact. New contact to contact?
New contact to contact.
Yeah, new contact to contact. Okay, and let's just do that. Save. Okay. So this is the question. Send, test, and verify merge fields. Okay, so contact, see recipient record, user, and you cannot select contact in, oh, you don't see it. You don't see it. Hold on one second. There's this preview, this send, test, and verify. When you click it, this happens. You get this screen. And now we want to send it to a user, right? We want to send it to me. Matt K. There we go. But we want to send it to a contact, but contact is not an option in this dropdown here. I know you can't see the dropdown. You just have to take my word. I can choose contract. I can choose account, but contact is an option because the what ID field does not accept lead IDs, contact IDs, or user IDs. So this is the issue. And that's why Miriam's having the problem. I probably should try to come up with a solution, though.
And what if, could you add a field to, I mean, every contact is tied to an account. So if you had a field on the account that automatically updated to whatever the most recently updated contact was, then you could.
So I mean, if we knew more, maybe there's another field. Okay. Let me open up this question again. We don't know a lot about Miriam's org, right? That's part of the problem, right? We know she has a simple use case. When a field on the contact object is updated and link back to that contact, I want to email to Salesforce. Oh, yeah. So just if there was a child object on the contact, we could do that. If there was a child's custom object, that would work. You could probably even use a task. Actually, can you send emails to tasks? I can't remember. I have a feeling that you cannot. Let me just check. I know you can't see the drop down, but QRST task fields. Oh, you can. Task. Let me think. The task contact is the who ID, which is also called the related to ID. Okay. Now that's the what to. Wait, what's going on? What is the name? Well, let's do this one for now. So we have task link. So we could do something like where we create a task, and the task is what we send the email on. Something like that might work. It's not exactly perfect, but I think it could work. I think that is actually probably the best way to do it, because unless there's another custom object, right? So if there's some object that Miriam happens to have on contacts, use that object. If there's not, I think the way to do it is have a flow that when this field is updated, create a task, and then another flow that sends an email, or actually you might be able to do it in the same flow. Let's start doing a flow.
Okay.
So I'm going to put task link, and I'm going to put task subject on here. And we'll just save this for now. Where's the save button? There we go. Okay. And okay, flows. And let's create a new flow. There we go. Got a full mug of coffee in front of me that I have not drank yet. We want this to be a record triggered flow. So when a contact And what fields do we have on a contact? Let's do created or updated. Condition equals. Let's just say birthday equals. I don't want to say she had it is changed. So let's say is changed, and it's true. We're going to do something after the fact. It's not a fast field update. Okay. And what are we going to do? We are going to create a record, create task, contact was updated. How to set record variables? Sure. Did I specify it's a task yet? I feel like I skipped something here.
A create task.
Here we go. Task. Oh, that's true. There's a create task. Yeah. So let's come here. Right. Let's just create a new task. I don't need to do it by heart. I mean, with the create insert. Let's delete that element. Okay. Create new task action. Let's edit this one. So this is create task on contact update. Okay, and the related record ID as opposed to the related to ID. So the related to is the contact, which is here, the triggering contact.id. Pretty sure that's it. Okay, the subject is going to be send an email to the user. Now, what user are we supposed to send it to? Did Miriam say that?
No, to a user. I'm assuming like a owner on the contactor lead, probably.
Contacts don't always have an owner, depending on how your Salesforce is set up. I'm going to assume it's just to me for now, because I'm the only one here anyways, right? Okay, so this is saying that related record ID is required. Why? But that's okay. We're just going to relate it to the contacts account. Okay, there we go. Can we hit save? Okay, so this is the, yes, so send email. Well, this is the create task. Create task when contact is updated. I think it's hilarious that this is still showing up as, okay, activate. Okay, let's test this out. I'm going to come back here. We're going to go to a contact. This is just step one, right? And we're going to Ashley James, and Ashley's birthday is going to be changed from 1942 to 1943, and we'll hit save. Oh, no. Well, that didn't work. That's too bad. What I'm trying to figure out, what could that be? Okay, let's test out the flow. Let's test it. We're going to debug. We're going to path for debug run immediately. Updated. The contact will be Ashley again. And we're going to change the birth date to 1943 and run. Okay, error occurred. Feed actions can only be executed on feed elements. I wonder if that the new task. Chris, I think you screwed me up.
I think I did, because it's like I noticed that said it had to be a quick action.
Yeah,
Previously, it said like
you
we're
may
not
have screwed me up there. I blame you entirely for that, and not myself.
It's a good example of too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah,
if your coworkers come over and say, "I have an idea."
I'm sure someone at home is like, "Well, you're supposed to do it this other way." Create task. So we're gonna do this manually, and it's gonna be a task, and it's going to be subject equals to, I'm going to call it notify user, sure, or email. Let's call it email user. And field who ID is going to be the contact ID, and I'll go ahead and put a what ID just to be safe. What ID? Oops, what ID equals contact account ID. Okay, subject, and let's go ahead and actually put in like some more stuff, like the date. Activity day equals, and now here there should be something for today. Someone at home is gonna laugh at me. That's not it. I think it's like, it's just today. Is it in flow? Yeah, here it is. Current date, I think. Okay, and let's save as a new version, and let's try debugging it. We'll do it the right way. I'll debug, run immediately. Ashley. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, I have to say updated. Ashley, and then we're gonna change this to 3. No errors, no errors. Oh, what? Oh wait, I didn't delete the old one. Okay, it did work. Never mind. Okay, edit flow. So if I take this away, let's do that one more time. It went past this stage, so I'm assuming it's working. I'm going to save. I'm going to activate, and we'll come back to Ashley and hit save. Yay! And there it is, email user. Okay, so we have a flow that creates a task. Now, I think I can create a flow on the task when a record is created and the subject is equal to email user. Let's do the following. Let's send an email. And I didn't create the email alert yet, so let me just save this. So this is going to be send email to user from task. Save. Okay. We can't find it out. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now the question is going to be, which template do I want to use? That's going to be a tricky one. Send email to user on contact update. Object is going to be related to a contact. No, it's going to be related to a task. And the email template is going to be, I could use that classic one. Let's try that first. The recipient's going to be a user. I'm just going to choose myself. And from, yeah, sure. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work actually because of email security. So we may need to try this out a little differently. But here's my email alert. Now if I come back to the flow and I come back here and I edit, no, it's not going to find it unless I refresh. Let's come back here. It was called send email to user on contact update. Okay, and here's my flow. So this one more. Oh, wait, this is not the right. Oh, did it not save? It did not. Okay, so I need to create the new flow. I didn't actually create it last time. Start from scratch, record triggered flow on a task when it's created, and the subject equals email user. Right, that was the name of the subject, email user. Yep. Then we're going to run immediately, send an email. Here it is, send an email to user on contact update. The record ID is going to be the triggering task ID. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I could have put the who ID there, but let's not go too crazy just yet. And So this is going to be on task insert. And activate. Okay. Whew. Well, this is going to be interesting. Let's debug it first.
Okay.
There's my email user. We'll hit run. I think it ran. I see nothing that shows that it didn't run. Although I'm just looking to see if I have any errors in my email. I think it ran. The tricky part is, like I mentioned, I don't know if it actually sent the email. Let's come back here to Ashley and change this to 44 and see what happens. Okay, so now we have a second one. I don't know which is which. 1140, that's the first one, and 1144 should be the second one. And so the only question is, did it actually send? I don't think I'm going to get it because of our security on our domain. So let me think if we can somehow do this differently. Let's get a disposable email address. Oh, well, that's a first. Nope, I think their site might be down. Let's get another disposable email address. Right there, copy, and we can set this up as an org-wide one for now. There we go. It's also possible that because this is a Trailhead playground, that it won't work. Allow all profiles and save. And
is there an error there?
Was there an error?
Red text.
That's okay. We're good there. Let's see. Oh, can I not? Is my only choice to open? Wow, that's a terrible website. Okay, here's my email, and I'm going to click that to confirm and continue. Okay, so we're good there. And now if I come back to this email alert, which is here, I think we'll be able to say from this email address. Okay. And so now we won't have the issue with our email security on our domain. Let's try it again. I'm going to delete these just so that we can. Delete. Okay. Let's try it out. Ashley's getting younger. Okay, so the task got created. It worked. I'm going to go ahead and pop this open real quick so you can see this. Did that not work? I swear it worked. How do I bring it over to there? I can forward it. Okay, 1 second. Let me forward it or reply. I can just forward it back to this thing. Yes, but it did work. Okay, so let me send that back to here. We should get another email in a second. It's so weird that this didn't load, but that's okay. What I should have done is set up yet another temp email, right? And then I can have it go from one to the other, and you can see it in real time. Yeah. We could do that. Let's see if I can get temp mail. Well, it's fine. It'll come through. I have a, okay, let's see. So this one we've read already. Refresh, come on. There we go. Okay, and so this is the email that I got in my email inbox as a user of this org. Hi, I'd like to tell you about Ashley James, the contact, and here's a link to the record, right? And this is a link to the contact record. Oh, it totally worked.
Yeah.
This is a link to the task. This is a link to the contact. I don't know. I mean, that is that good enough?
Yeah. Okay. So the issue was the who versus the what.
Yeah.
And contacts and leads are whos, but the flow wanted a what.
Contact leads and users are whos, and a single email can only be related to one who.
Got it. Okay. So the issue, was that we can't relate to the user and to the contact.
Right. Yeah.
And
Well,
then
thorough. Okay. So here's something that we didn't try. So let's go back to it. This may just be a UI issue, right? So if we go back to email template on this classic email template, that's the other thing. We use the classic email template. I should try to use the Lightning one. So if we come back to this email template and we actually look at what was in here, I didn't specify a contact in my email alert. Did I? I specified a task.
Right. And the task was tied.
And yet it filled it in. It filled it in. I didn't, like, what? So I wonder if this is really just the editor is the issue. So let's come back. I want to try to if you have the time, if you have the time, I'm just curious because I've seen this type of stuff before where the tools we use to do something have the issue, but behind the scenes, Salesforce actually works fine. Is this the one I was doing before? I don't think it was. Rewind the tape. Did I not create an email template before?
You did. Or no, that we just get to the create screen.
This one here. It's called Program Team Internal Referral. That's what Miriam had called hers. Okay, so my theory is if we relate this to a task, if I can get to the T's, LMO, PQ. Oh, that's funny. So task is not an option on a Lightning email template. Isn't that interesting? Task is not an option on a Lightning email template, but what I can do is do something like this. Maybe. Okay, so let's put recipient first name there. So it should say, hi, Matt K, or Q&A with Matt K. And then please assess the below contact. We're going to put contact and then last name. I don't even know if link is an option here. Let's just see if link is an option. Account, link, record. No, see, it doesn't even have an option. So, I mean, there are some things that are still great about classic email templates. This would be one of them. Huh. Well, I know we can do ID, but that's okay. I'm going to put none on there. And please assess the below contact. We're going to do, let's just do slash, actually, let's just put contact ID. You can figure out how to do a URL yourself. And then just in case, I'm going to have task here with the subject. And we'll do ID. I'm curious what's going to happen if we try to use it. They may not let us, but let's just see. So subject, okay. And now let's come back to that email alert. And hit edit. Okay. Well, it was program, right? It was so we changed this to Lightning. There it is, program team referral. Recipient type user. Okay. I don't know. Let's try it out. I do feel like we should get you. Well, I guess it's going to go to my email address. Either way. Well, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Let's just try this one more time. So I'm going to go to contacts. And go to Ashley, and we're going to delete this one just so it's gone. Delete. And then we're going to change Ashley's age again. Hit save. I will. Ooh. We don't recognize the field prefix recipient. Interesting. Let's just make sure I didn't make a mistake first. Yeah, sure. Discard changes. Go for it. There. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Recipient was already there, right?
Yeah.
So Lightning email template is an issue. Classic email template seems to be better. Okay. So going back, things that Miriam's going to have to do. First, she's going to have to use a classic email template. I don't think she's going to be able to get around that because it seems like the Lightning one is a lot stricter. Okay, going back though, I was curious, can we even send it from the contact? That's what I was trying to figure out. So if we go back to, let's deactivate this flow and go to my other flow. And just see, can we send an email from a contact? I probably need to create another email alert. Actually, now I think about it. Oh, we might not be able to create an email alert. Oh, no, you can. And interesting. Okay. So here's an email alert. Same thing, but it's on a contact instead of on a task. Now we're going to go back to our flow. Maybe this will just work. Maybe the solution is really just as crazy as it sounds. Like, don't use the Lightning email template. Use the classic. Okay, so I am in the wrong flow, I think. Yeah. Let's go back to flows, and it's this one here. Yeah, that'd be really cool if that's the solution. It's just use a different type of template. I would feel a lot better about that. So contact has been updated is the one that I just created, I think. And then if this works, we could actually get rid of the whole task thing, go back, edit this video to be 5 minutes long, make me look great. Record ID. Okay. Let's test it out. We'll use the debug. And we'll test it out. We're going to say it's been updated. The contact is going to be Ashley again. We've been testing with that. And the birthday will be 1946 and hit run. I don't see an error. Okay. Let's activate. Let's see. Let's try it out. Do I have Ashley open? No. Okay. Huh. This could be interesting. So, real tests. Got no activities there. We're hitting save. No error. That's great. And I got the email.
Nice.
Okay, let me forward it back over to here, and then you could see it. And we'll take a look and see, is this what we think it is? It's going to take like a minute for it to go because I am still sending it, but interesting. What I'm seeing on my screen here that we'll see in a minute, it says hi, and then it doesn't have my name. That's okay. But it does say, I'd like to tell you about Ashley James. And then it does have a link to Ashley's record. So I think that's good enough because Miriam actually didn't have the person's name. And this one didn't have the person's name either. So that recipient wasn't working. Maybe there was something wrong with that recipient field.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So this is the email that I had. Sorry about all these ads over here, but hi, there we go. Got rid of some ads. I'd like to tell you about Ashley James. Here's a link to the record. That's perfect. So we don't need the task. We can actually come here and edit this flow. I think I was actually on it already over here. We could edit this flow, delete this task, just have it send an email. And the key is, if we edit this element, the key is the email alerts. I'll go ahead and pull open the email alert. Has to use a classic email template. Oh, it wasn't this one, was it? Oh, yeah, it was this one, yeah. It has to use a classic email template, and that classic email template can then have fields related to contacts. Did that. Let's see if I can clean up my screens. I got too many screens open. Here we go. There. So 1, 2, 3. So first, flow. Second, email alert. Third, template. Actually, and you would do it in the opposite order, right? So start by creating an email template. This wasn't working, so I'm actually going to edit this template, take it out. No point in being frustrated over something that's not working, and we don't need it. So hi, I'd like to tell you about that, and then we could take this stuff out, and then this worked. And technically, in order to create this, we had to create the layout first, right? So let's see if I can get this in the right order. We're going to go here. We created a layout, a letterhead, sorry, a letterhead. Okay, so step 1, create a classic letterhead if you don't already have one from setup. Step 2, create a classic email template if you don't already have one. Step 3, create an email alert using that email template. And then step 4, create a flow when the contact is updated to use that email alert or send that email alert. Why is this inactive? Oh, I need to hit save, that's why. And then activate. Okay, yeah. And that's it. So actually, she's very close. All she really needs to do is the first 2 steps, probably, because she was using a Lightning email template in her screenshot. And if Miriam changes it to a classic one, it'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she just needs to recreate the template in Classic.
Yes.
On
Yeah.
Classic
Recreate Classic and then update her email alert to use the classic one, and then it'll work. It's one of these weird things where, like I said, I think that the tools that we're using to edit the templates and stuff aren't the greatest user experience, but behind the scenes, it actually does work.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, a 5-minute fix after
Always
55 minutes of poking around. Or
yeah. Well, so I came up with 2 solutions, right? There was this other object solution, which is a great way to get around limitations. If you ever have some weird limitation, try using another object. But sometimes you actually can just, make a change and it works. And that's what we did today. I think, I've been doing this a long time, so I knew about the who ID and the what ID, and I knew about some of those weird restrictions, and I had this feeling that it might just work. So I went ahead and tried it. I wouldn't expect someone who's got less experience to necessarily take that risk.
Yeah,
because it could have been a lot of testing, a lot of debugging. So.
Yeah, and looking at the body of the email that Miriam is sending, she's asking her recipient to go in and change the status from needs assessment to program assessment as acknowledgement of receipt. So maybe the creating a task route wouldn't be terrible, because that task could be update client status. And that way you have a record. They know every time they log in, hey, here's my tasks. They don't have to go check their inbox and say, oh, what was I sent? So.
Yeah. The other thing is, and this is taking a leap here, it sounds like Miriam may work for a nonprofit,
I think there was NPSP mentioned somewhere in that.
Oh, that must have been a different question. I don't think I saw any NPSP.
Okay, must have
But
been
it sounds like she might work for a nonprofit, in which case there may be another object already in use, like the household or an account. And so, she could possibly just use that instead. Because that an account is a what, whereas a contact is a who, right? Or a household would be a what. That type. So she might be able to do it, but this will work. It's just use a classic email template, and who cares?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is another successful fix. We didn't have to use the fail banner. And with that said,
for a second, I think that's what you were pulling up, just to demonstrate what it looks like.
This is what you would see.
Yeah, this is going to be the thumbnail on YouTube.
Yeah, I just need it for the thumbnail that way. No, do please like and subscribe, whether you are watching this video today when we recorded it or watching it 6 months from now when you have run into a similar issue yourself and are like, wow, that really solved it. I will be sure to put timestamps in the description that link right to the solution. If you're watching this and they're not there, comment and let me know. I have made a mistake. If you have your own questions to submit, please do so at quick2.click/Q&A. And we will bump those right to the front of the list. Otherwise, you can always ask your questions on Reddit, on the Trailblazer community, and we'll source them there as well. This has, once again, been another episode of Q&A with Matt K. I am Chris Stegall with Creme de la CRM, joined by Matt Kaufman. Thanks so much again, Matt.
Anytime.
All right. And thank you all for watching. We will see you next time.